What is creative age? I don't know how much time we have, but in this age, there is information age. There's at the bottom it's data. It 1960s, 70s, etc. Then came 80s and 90s particularly. Information age came. So information got democratized. Otherwise, to get one piece of information was a different thing, and information got democratized. So Googles and others came in. Now interpreting information is knowledge age. So we are moving into knowledge age, and when you add experience, it is wisdom. So that's the pyramid. Now data alone is not enough. Information alone is not enough. Uh, Knowledge alone is not enough. Wisdom alone is the creative use of these things to solve a problem. So sideways is the creative age. So for creative age, AI is going to be enabler. So if you embrace it, you can be more creative, you have more time to think, ideate, and other kind of. But those who take it as a routine thing, perhaps there would be some difficulty.
You wrote about, and your office has written about gene editing. You've written about designer babies. Do you think science is moving faster than morality? I mean,
See,
it's
morality is a little personal issue, right? What is moral? Immoral, right? Same thing that is moral in India may not be moral in, correct? So I think that's a different question. But one thing is that technology is a double-edged sword. You can use it for good, you can use it for bad, right? For example, autonomous vehicles is one thing, great use, blah, blah, blah. But autonomous weapons, no. Whether it's good or bad, but we have to have some convergence of global thinking, some regulation on global basis on autonomous weapons, because I can write your name on a bullet and it will find you out and shoot you if your data is compromised. So that's why data sensitivity is very important. So those are kind of things that we need to see, that how do you protect the human rights issue and things like that in the middle of all the craze that is going on. Again, we can talk a lot about it, but
crypto. I mean, seeing your video in 2013, 14 talking about crypto, I mean, at that time, I mean, it was nothing value wise also, but I think so. No one knew about crypto as such also, or a Bitcoin at that time, right? And a long now, 10 henceforward, 10 years, crypto is worth more than $100,000 today, right? At that time, it was peanuts. And how do you think about it? And we've seen your legal win over RBI when on the Supreme Court. What's your view going forward? I mean, it's still, I will also not say very clear from a legal aspect on crypto in India,
see, one thing is clear, that crypto is not illegal.
for sure.
Okay, Supreme Court has confirmed that when we fought that case as well. But it must be regulated. If it is regulated properly, it has enormous benefits. Okay, and uh, it will get legitimacy. See, mentally we are still reconciling whether crypto is needed or not, irrespective whether you like it or not, is the
It's there.
reality.
It's there.
When Trump has come, it has gone to different
Correct.
zone, right? And so it is more important proper regulations and proper ecosystem. Um, there are some bad uses like any other money, like cash. Cash is legal, correct? But you can use it for bad purpose or good purpose. Cash, if you give it to somebody,
Correct.
okay, you can't trace.
Same way with
But somewhere on there, and crypto can be
can be
traced.
traced.
Okay, so it's not that anonymous as cash is.
So cash is the worst actually.
And worst. Whereas mindset is no,
No,
crypto
crypto
is
is bad
bad.
because people think dark web, people think
Yeah.
how it's going to
So
be used.
everything, you're going to be seeing dual use, and how do you leverage on the benefits of a technology is something that we need to,
And it's a reality. It's not going
yeah.
anywhere.
And, you know, it, it's reality, it is, I think, getting more legitimacy. It is, so many new things are coming out of that, and we have to make sure that, it is used for public benefit.
You predicted democracy to, I would say, netocracy, and you also said, why do we need a parliament? It should be in the cloud. I mean, what's your views on that? Extreme
Well, I
statement, or it's
personally
something?
feel,
Is it an extreme statement, or is it something you would say you think maybe Since you predict 20 years in future, you think maybe 20, 25
See,
years
I
down
was
the line.
thinking at one time the way in which the whole democratic system has worked. Okay, and I don't know how much time I have, but you got enough time? Okay, fine. So, if you look at the history, okay, of democracy, the seeds of democracy began to be sown in 500 BC when Socrates started talking about it. Then came Plato, Aristotle, all of them. It took 500 years to have a democracy in a state, city state like Rome or Greece or whatever, right? And at the time, people could meet in the square, and so direct democracy was there, right? Over a period of time, more and more people came, it became difficult to handle, correct? So after 900 years, this is 2000 was Greece, Rome, etc., right? But then in 930, first country in the world which had representative democracy was Iceland. Okay, then of course Jersey Island also has certain roots, but Iceland was one of the first countries to go for indirect representative democracy, and because people could not meet, together at one point. Then now how many years have gone by? 930 to 2000, 1300 years. We need to change business model. So what happened? Those whom you thought representative, they are agents of the people, correct? But then members of parliament and MLAs, they are all members of the, they are the agents of the people. But what seems to be happening, they behave more like principals. And once you give a vote, you cannot take it back. So, if agent is there, I can take back my power. But if it assumes power and I cannot take back the power easily, okay, I have a problem. So what has happened? They became very powerful community. And what is the job of technology? To disintermediate agents, no? Ticket booking in between this, that, all those kind of thing. Agency is getting dismantled. So I said, conceptually, do we need members of parliament? Now technology enables you to vote directly on any issue, on any, correct? So I said the new model should be on phone I'll be able to vote in a secure environment, and phone will be able to find out whether somebody is putting gun on your head or some threat on the thing. Your mental pressure will be checked. Are you under stress or whatever it is, right? And then you can vote with a free mind. Okay, you can vote with free mind. Within 1 minute, whole country can vote. In 1 minute, I can get the results.
Results also.
Correct? So I said, why do we need intermediaries? So you can have intermediaries because there are hundreds of issues coming up. So like in a CEO, you say you do this, you do this. You are their representative, right? But when you think you is not doing right job, you can take back. Okay. But here I have no right to take back. So in a system that I am visualizing, that with the phone, certain powers I will keep. On this case, I am going to vote. On this matter, I will vote.
Not. Okay.
On other thing, let it go.
Let it go.
So I can appoint them as agent, fine. But I would keep certain powers.
That's a great thought process. It may become a reality one day in future.
Yeah. So I call this netocracy, that on phone you do it. And then, even today, with predictive technologies, you can identify what are the needs of the people. Today, members of parliament think public ko ye chahiye, wo chahiye, but their needs are something different. You know, in marketing, simple principle that you think client needs this, customer needs this, but his needs are something different.
Else.
So with predictive technology, with data and other kind of stuff, you can reasonably find out what are the real needs of the people. And automatically that need will be put forward, and then people can, this is a good something to do. And even drafting of a legislation will be AI, So I can say, please draft policy. Even today, you go to generative AI, correct? And say, even simple thing, in your building, you want to have parking policy, right? You say, please, can you draft parking policy for blah, blah, blah. In a minute time, you'll get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's very good.
It's much better done.
Yeah, it's
right?
very good.
So whole legislation can be done. And if you look at other example, all law starts with definition clause. Correct? That is the core to any law. Correct? Now, today, definitions means dictionary like material. Who writes Wikipedia? Encyclopedia Britannica, other ones have become redundant.
Zero. Yeah. I
Even
don't
though
remember when
Wikipedia is not a perfect one, but who writes? There are 70,000, at least this was 2014, 70,000 editors write, and people are accepting that definition more than anything else. So you can have crowdsource legislations, right? So crowdsourced legislation will be much more uh, acceptable, realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, and that definitions can change on a real-time basis. Legislation can be on a real-time basis. So I say that you don't need a parliament. Whole parliament can be in the cloud. And if you are too angry on something and you want to throw chappal, you can have emoji chappal, emoji shoe, and you can do so. But today they fight in the. In Mumbai there was a physical fight. They get into,
Still going
and
on.
they get tempers go out and all that thing. Here you are cool, okay, fine, whatever expression you want to do it, and that's a matter of, you know.
Sir, talking about culture, I mean, that's something. So I still remember, let's say 10, 15 years down the line, we see an email that, NDA totally changes the leave policy concept, right? And you can take leave when you want, you can go. And we were like, ye kaise ho sakta hai? Is it even possible? And 15 years back, I'm doing my internship, I still remember, and I'm like, how is it even possible to think on those lines in today's time? And first of all, how did that thought process come? And second, did you see a positive impact of it or a negative impact also with it because people can take it for granted?
I think very good question. First of all, culture. What is culture? Culture is a set of common behaviors of the people in an organization. Okay, and now what happens is that you experiment with organizational behavior. And what is happening? People apply for leave. Do you have time to approve leave? Okay, they go on leave and say this thing has happened, that thing has happened. Uh, Ultimately, so it becomes a mess. Kitna track rakho, ye karo, how much time you spend on that? So I said, who wants to do that? I want to trust people. So I said, let's scrap the leave policy. Take as much leave as you want, and these are the objectives. You fulfill them, okay? And whatever you do, suppose you want to take a leave, you grant leave. But then you have to decide who else will do his job.
Hmm.
I said, no, you take leave, no problem. But you find out who else is going to do the job.
It's your problem.
It's your problem. So why should I keep track of all the leave policy and this and that and all that? And if you're enjoying and if you're responsible, okay,
You will not take only leave.
yeah. So that's how it started. I said, my headache is not there to approve leave and all that kind of thing. I have no time. I'm wasting so much time. And then coordination and all that thing, right? So that's how it started. Then we experimented with that. We saw both good and the bad. Bad in the sense not so positive. So some people took advantage of it. Advantage, I would say, in lighter way, not that they are intentionally doing something wrong, but they took it a little easy. But majority still were responsible. And I said the model that I am working on now is what we call driverless organization. I talked about it in the afternoon, that driverless cars, how they move without a driver, right? Every part, sensors, software, everything works on its own, does its own job. You don't need a driver, you don't need command and control. And I hate command and control model. So we have no hierarchy and no titles, nothing of the
Oh,
sort. No,
oh.
no.
So no
Only
hierarchy.
for first 5 years, people are members of the firm, and then after it, leaders. If you can't be, first 3 years for technical skills, 2 years management training, 5 years you're a leader, you do equal to 5, 10 years. Then after you're free, and there is no title. So just these two levels, just because people move up and they become little leaders of the time. Leader is who? To us or to me, leader is a person who you know who is competent and who is inspirational. Manager is a person who has to tell, do this, do this, do this. So we don't believe in managerial thing. We say leadership, whereby people look at you and inspired to emulate your behavior. So it's the responsibility of the leader to say, so we don't have titles at all.
No, that's the first time I'm hearing a professional services firm not having
No,
titles.
otherwise today title brings entitlement,
But people die for that entitlement.
because we created environment, no. Now when we hire people, we say there is no title. You want to join it.
So don't people have a problem that competition creates? I mean, the ecosystem around it has titles.
It does. Why not? We are the biggest poaching ground. But there are people and there are people and there are people. Our philosophy is we never go and poach any firm. Okay, poaching means what? Poaching, killing. Now I kill somebody, I pay extra price
Extra
and
price.
bring dead body to my office. I want some vibrant person, no? Living animal. You poach a dead body, you bring dead body to your office. Tomorrow somebody else will do it. So, it's a whole rat race. That's why we say we want to stay small. Okay. We are collegial, etc.
Stay small, think big.
Small thing, big. So we have no policy, no poaching policy. 30, 40 years, never not gone to any law firm or any headhunter or nothing. Because headhunter is hunter, no?
Hunter.
Americans have taught us all, my work is there most of the time. They have taught all wild words. Poaching, stealing, headhunting. It's all the languages come to India now, right? Even bad and the good.
So if you were to start, let's say, NDA 2.0 today, with the new age, I would say Gen Z, their thinking, their thought process, would you still do the same, or would you think?
I would do even not only the same, but more than the same, in the same direction though. Because I don't know, see there is going to be more individual freedom that would be available. Is how do you manage the freedom is something that we have to, and with AI, as you could say, balance scorecard, whatever it is, right? Automated. But you add human element into the AI. Otherwise, it would backfire. And it's like any technology. There will be some people who will take advantage of it. Some people will not. But 9 out of 10 people are good, nice people. 1 or 2 people you deal with that. That's okay.
Few rapid fire questions from my
Yeah.
side.
I thought this was rapid fire.
Rapid fire. So one global firm I would say you secretly admire.
Wachtell Lipton and McKinsey.
One big mistake.
Not secretly, openly.
Openly admire. Okay. So one big mistake which you think you've made, not from a case perspective, but a fundamental mistake.
Well, I think I have never committed mistake. I only committed blunders.
Okay. So one blunder which you have created.
A lot of blunders I do all the time. In this experimentation, we do blunders. Sometimes organizational behavior blunder. In fact, even in professional work, sometimes we committed blunders, right? We can't say we never made mistake. But one thing I remember, that every time I made a mistake and told client that I made a mistake, they appreciated it. And they are lifetime friends. I remember when even the early stage of my career, I made a mistake in not advising on the stamp duty because drafting and everything was done, but forgot to tell him stamp paper. And then after a few months I found out. I went back and I said, I'm sorry I made this. And there was some penalty. I said, I'll take care of it. But it was my mistake. You won't believe it became lifetime client. See, you become trusted advisor by putting client interest in front of yours without compromising your independence. So that's how I define.
One tech which scares you the most. I mean, in the future, because you see.
Autonomous weapons.
One prediction which you got fully wrong.
Not one, hundreds of them. There are many of them. Because right or wrong is a matter of time. For example, I thought after 91, real estate will open up, just as I talked about foreign law firm will open up, which of course did not happen. But real estate funds and all the things, REITs. So in 1996, did so much of work that now real estate will open up, this, that, etc. Spend a lot of time, studied all the global prospectuses on real estate fund, this, that, etc. And nothing happened. 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2006 or something like that. Then suddenly market opened up.